I'll be the director of the ceremony this evening with Optom, Manish, Martha. I would like to welcome everyone who's here with us this evening. Hopefully we are going to have a wonderful night. Maybe we could also have the option of just singing it. Yeah. I don't know. How about that?
I think it's better we sing because we are not able to play it.
Okay.
Yeah, after Musaka, you
Can we unmute our mics so that we can sing Botswana anthem? Those that are able to sing.
Okay, from Kosovo, can you lead us with the national anthem? Just few stanzas.
Okay. Fatileno la runa
Yesu alineng kakahi Tuhan Tuhan bana Tuhan rela lefasila Tuhan bana Tuhan Lembudi rela lefasila runa bula.
Amen. Bula.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Amen.
please
Thank
stand
you, everyone.
Please stand for anthem of India.
For India, shall I play the audio from my?
You can play, sir. Yeah, you
Okay.
can play, sir.
If you allow my screen to be shared, you can see my screen now, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me actually play it.
Nayak jaya he Bharat bhagya Punjab Sindh Gujarat Maratha Dravid Utkal
जल बंग विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंग तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय भारत माता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Jai Hind. Thank you so much for honoring national anthem of Botswana and India. May I please welcome our Dr. Hakim for saying a prayer. Dr. Hakim is a BOA Educational Subcommittee member. Dr. Hakim, over to you.
Can we please bow down our heads for a short prayer? Dear Heavenly Father, in this moment of celebration and gratitude, we come before you with hearts brimming with thankfulness for the journey that these dedicated optometrists have undertaken. We recognize the brilliance of your design in both the intricacies of the human eye and the newfound wisdom they have gained through this genetic course. We give thanks for the opportunity to delve into the mysteries of genetics to explore the blueprint of life, and we are also inspired by the potential to bring clarity and healing to those who seek our care. We ask for your blessings upon these valedictorians who have not only demonstrated their unwavering commitment to their profession, but have also embraced the transformative power of learning. As they integrate their newfound genetic insight into their optometric practice, may they be guided by your wisdom to provide even more personalized and effective care to their patients. Grant them the discernment to apply this knowledge responsibly, always considering the well-being of those that they serve. May their actions be driven by empathy and compassion, reflecting your divine love for all of your creation. As they step into this new chapter of their journey, we pray that you continue to be their source of strength and guidance. May they approach each patient with open hearts, seeking not only to improve vision, but also to enhance overall quality of life. We also ask that you guide and inspire those in the field of optometry and eye care in Botswana, that we may continue to learn, innovate, and collaborate to bring the best eye care to all corners of this land. May our efforts and everyone's effort contribute to a healthier and more vibrant Botswana, where sight is cherished and the potential of every individual is realized. We commit today's program into your hands. We ask for your guidance and protection for all those who have taken time out of their busy schedule to officiate this program and also to join us share in this joyous moment. We offer this prayer in gratitude for the achievement of these valedictorians and with hopeful anticipation for the bright future that they may bring with us and that they are shaping. In your name we pray. Amen.
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 Amen. Thank you for that wonderful prayer, Dr. Hakim. Very meaningful and strong. I would like to take this moment to welcome Optom Maje, BOA Education Subcommittee Head, to come and give us welcome remarks. Over to you, Optom Maje.
Thank you, Directors of Ceremony, and Optom Hakim for such a prayer that we need at the World Council of Optometry. Directors of Ceremonies, our sponsor, Novartis South Africa Division, represented by Dr. Costa Maunoi. I hope she's around, or any representative from Novartis. Our guest of honor, Dr. Tuyelo Joseph Ntoagai. Even though you had a problem with electricity, my brother, you are welcome. Dr. Ndwaga is also the honorary president and the medical practitioner group and health sector chairperson, Business Botswana. The World Council of Optometry president, I hope he is around. Prof. Peter Hendicott. I know you are busy with preparation for World Council of Optometry in Australia, Melbourne. But thank you for honoring us, World Council of Optometry. The World Council of Optometry board member and president, Asia Pacific of Optometry, Dr. Rajiv Arizat. I hope you also around, because you also, I hope you're part of the preparation in Australia. And AFCO president, Optom Frank Magupa, and the president, AFCO president, Elite Optom, Ayugota. You're always welcome. You're not new to our Optometry Association. Hope we've seen each other in most of the World Council of Optometry meetings. And the guest of honor from India, Optom Karishna Kumar, yeah, I've seen you around, and who is also the former principal of Elite School of Optometry. And our guru, Prof. GK Kumar, who is the managing director of MyGen DX in India. The Optometrists Association in Botswana and the EXCO members of Botswana Optometry Association. Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to the Human Genome Mapping and Knowledge Gap Closure of Genomic Botswana Optometry Association Genetic Certificate Validatory Function Batch 2. Novartis, you've invested a lot in our professional scope, and Botswana Optometry Association will also invest in you. To graduates of the first batch and the second batch and the upcoming batches, the world needs your talent, and does it ever? The world needs a lot. Sub-Saharan Africa and Botswana need it from you. I mean, I'm not speaking from the rest of us up here, but I know I'm getting a little prayer from Dr. Hakim, who has just offered a wonderful prayer to us. Botswana need it from you. Human Resource for Eye Health members, remember this. You got to get out there. You got to give it everything you got, whatever it is, your little time, your genetic knowledge, your prayers, your treasures. Because members of this local communities where you are, remember, there's a common African proverb which saying, one hand deserves another. Africa, remember, the Bushmen tried it, and all they got was robbed. So the question is, what are you going to do with what you have? And I'm not talking about how much you have. Some of you are business majors. Some of you have patience. Some have kindness. Some have love. Some of you have a gift of long suffering. Whatever it is, whatever gift is, what you are going to do with what you've learned is important. So each one, teach one. Don't aspire to make a living, aspire to make a difference. This is what Novartis has invested on us. So with these few remarks, it is my pleasure to introduce you to our Guru, Prof. GK, Prof. Kumar Manikvel. This name is very difficult, but I hope I've said it well this time. Dr. Prof. GK is the managing director of MyGen DX in India. So he's trained in India, United States of America, and New Zealand, where he works or where he worked on ocular genomic, genetic counseling, and epidemiology. He has published 125 peer-reviewed papers and has counseled over 12,000 genetic disorders patients. So I'm just adding 12,001 because recently we had one patient who we were counseling in Botswana, and it's going well because he's supposed to go to India for further testing and management. Prof is also a Deputy Director of Research and Professor of Genetics and Molecular Biology. He is currently the Research Director at two pioneer or premier ophthalmic institutions in India, like the Narayana Nathrala in Bangalore and Aita Jota Eye Hospital in Mumbai. He's a visiting faculty at the National Eye Institute, USA, Chinese, University of Hong Kong, and several universities in China. Supervising basic science-related ophthalmic research. And lastly, Prof has dedicated his life to what we now call skills transfer, according to WHO. So he's part of that. So he's dedicating his life to us. Please, let's welcome Prof. GK to the platform.
Thank you, Margie, and namaste to everybody here, and particularly some of the esteemed members who are attending and gracing this occasion. And particularly Optum Kato Mutula, I don't know if I'm presenting the name correctly. And then Professor Optum Peter Handicott and Dr. Rajiv Prasad, and the guests of honor for today, Dr. Joseph of Botswana and Dr. Krishna Kumar of India. With that, I would like to thank some of the members who are really responsible for running this course. We have successfully completed 2 batches of Optums from Botswana. And this was in fact initiated by Optum Tanuja from Botswana, and 2 other members from India, particularly Dr. Krishna Kumar, who was very keen for us to take this genetics and genetic counseling course for the Optums in Botswana. And a few other members around who were key in making us design this course and take it for 2 batches successfully. And one another person is Mr. A. Mahalingam, and unfortunately he's unable to join this meeting today. So why medical genetics and genetic counseling for optometry qualified members? There are many reasons. One particular reason is that genetic practice has been quite neglected in the field of medicine, and leave alone ophthalmology and optometry. But of late, it is starting to take the center stage because of a couple of reasons. One amongst them is that we are able to very easily sequence the human genome compared to what it was a couple of decades ago. So therefore, we can diagnose some of the genetic disorders. So why do you want to diagnose genetic disorders? Genetic disorders are rare. And then that we have certain categories. Some of the genetic disorders are much more common. For example, like sickle cell anemia, cystic fibrosis, hemophilia. These are genetic disorders which are much more commonly present in populations. Then comes another 7,000 disorders which are rare in nature. Okay, so when you say rare in nature, it can be 1 in 20,000 or 1 in 30,000 or so. Then comes the ultra rare genetic disorders, which are extremely rare, 1 in 50,000 or 1 in 100,000. And then comes last the hyper rare disorders, which can be just 1 in 50, which can be about 50 or 200 members across the world having a particular genetic disorder. So because of this newer gene sequencing technology, like next-gen sequencing, now we can diagnose them much more easily. But have you got to diagnose and then sequence every member with a genetic disorder? The answer is no. And that is why we have to train and orient students when to do that test and when not to do it. Certainly, a clinical diagnosis can be further refined with a molecular diagnosis by gene sequencing, but that is not going to benefit our patient. So when do you actually then do it? We do it when a situation is clinically actionable. So this is a term we use. And when is that a situation is clinically actionable? For example, it's a syndrome or the diagnosis is vague. They come to you at a very advanced stage. So you don't know whether it's Stargardt's or you don't know whether it is retinitis pigmentosa because the entire photoreceptor layer has degenerated. So therefore, to make a clear diagnosis, you can make a molecular sequencing and then come to a diagnosis. Okay, so that is situation 1, which is a clinically actionable situation, or it is a syndrome for that matter. The second situation is when they want to get married. Okay, so I have a family member, very close relative, my brother, sister, father, mother, or a cousin who's affected with a particular ocular genetic disorder. So what is my chance of getting married and having a child affected? And the third situation is where they're already married, they have one child with the problem, so they want to know whether the next child will be affected or not. Okay. So the fourth situation is where they actually know that there are some kind of clinical therapies coming, like stem cell therapy, gene therapy, genome editing technologies, or epigenetic therapies, which are all situations where a patient wants to know if they belong to that gene category so that they can access to this research group, which is doing clinical trials. So these are the 4 situations where you actually do this, genetic testing and then give them all the information so that they can take the next step forwards. So this training needs a lot of orientation, taking a family tree and then trying to diagnose what kind of genetic inheritance it is. And after that, trying to find out by sequencing what gene it is when there is a clinically actionable situation. So therefore, with all this in mind, we designed a course on medical genetics and genetic counseling, so that, in fact, in ophthalmology, the patient's first contact is with the optometrist. So therefore, if you train the optometrist in any hospital or in private practice, then they are the people who will catch the genetic case first in hand. And that is why we came up with this course, which we are running it in India. And then, as I mentioned, Dr. Krishna Kumar and Mr. Mahaningam spoke to me and my team. And then they said that, we can approach Botswana because Optom Tanuja is there. And that's how the whole story started. So now we have come to the stage where we have trained the first batch of, Optoms. And as Maji said, we have started with one patient suspected to be Marfan syndrome. And we have started to do the genetic counseling. So the main thing that I have to mention, particularly for all the senior members here, is that in genetic counseling, you don't need to be physically present by the side of the patient. So when the patient comes to the optometrist clinic and then says that, I need genetic counseling, or you as an optometrist ask, look, you're 25 years old, are you planning to get married? Or there's a member in your family who wants to get married, or you want to go for the next child. Then the optometrist can contact us, and then they can actually set up a genetic counseling session with the patient and the family. We sitting in India, and we can do what is called as telegenetics. Okay, so we don't need to physically come to your place, or the patient need not fly and come to India to have a genetic counseling. Okay, so this telegenetics is now very popular across the world. Similar to telemedicine, and therefore we can benefit our patients who are coming to your clinic, so that they can take a very informed decision what they can do, because they have a member in the family with a genetic disorder. Or for that matter, some of the disorders might be very widely prevalent in a given population, like sickle cell anemia, or cystic fibrosis, or oculocutaneous albinism, or retinoblastoma, so that patients will know that here is an optometrist who does genetic counseling with the experts. So over a period of time, you as optoms will get very well trained, and you don't need us. Okay? Whenever you're in a situation where you're unable to take a decision, then we can step in. So therefore, you can become quite independent of doing the genetic counseling yourself. And then at some point when you need help, then you can contact us. So that's the whole idea. It's not that we create a system where you're dependent on us forever. Okay, so that's not the real purpose of running this course. So we want to train you. And since you have already dealt with patients and you know how to talk to them and how to handle them, a bit of a genetic knowledge will help you to extend it and see that that genetic information is beneficial to your patients and the family. So with that, I will ask one of my staff member, Brinda Ramanathan, who is also in the meeting, to give a report of the two courses, two batches we took of the medical genetics and genetic counseling. So Brinda is a master in human genetics, and then she did a bachelor's, after which she did a master's in human genetics from Sri Ramachandra Medical College in Chennai in India. And then she is a certified genetic counselor in India, and she counsels patients with genetic disorders. It can be, she joins me for ophthalmology, and then she independently also does genetic counseling for neurodegenerative disorders or neurodevelopmental disorders in pediatrics. And she's also doing a PhD at this time on gene sequencing and variants of unknown significance, which is another big topic in the field where we are not very clear. Sometimes when we get a variant DNA sequence, we don't know it's a mutation or something that we can ignore. So she's doing a PhD at the Maastricht University in Netherlands as an extended outreach program. And she sits in India and does that, and she has guides. I'm one of the guides, and she has guides in the Maastricht University in Netherlands. So I pass on the mic to Brinda. Brinda?
Thank you, Doctor. So our association with the Botswana Optometrist Association began in 2021 December. So ever since, we've completed 2 batches until date. The first batch concluded in July 2022 with 11 optoms completing their genetics and genetic counseling certification course. And the batch 2, which is having their valedictory function right as of today, they comprised of 14 optoms, out of which 5 appeared for the exam on the 13th of April, and then they are getting certified today, which is the August 14th, 2023. So this is 2 batches of the Botswana Optometrist Association that we have been able to guide and help, and hopefully help in their understanding of genetics and counseling, so that this association as well as the patient benefit is extended further. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. So back to the directors of ceremony.
Thank you so much, Professor Kumar and Brinda Ramanathan ji. Thank you so much. It was really intrigued by the course. I think so. I will be far much better in place when we talk about genetics after the course. It was so knowledgeable. In fact, I was not. I mean, whenever the patient comes, we now think differently. Our perspective to see a patient is completely changed now. The moment we have some alarming signs, so we always talk about genetics to the patient as well. So really thankful for this course. Moving forward for the ceremony. Proceeding, I would like to introduce our Vice Chairperson of Botswana Optometric Association, Optum Thatu Ntula, to for the remarks of our representatives. Optum Ntula, you can go ahead.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Thank you, Optum Manish. As you have said, my name is Thatu Ntula, Botswana Optometry Association VP. So my job or my responsibility today is just to introduce the next speaker. The next speaker is the President of World Council of Optometry. He has over 30 years of experience in this field. So you can see for yourself that is vast experience. It's almost the age of some of us here, just his experience. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Professor Peter Hendicott. We have he's not present with us. We have the recorded version. Optum Tanuja Maiche will help us with the recorded.
Optum Tato, we are just going to play in few seconds.
Okay.
I'm Associate Professor Peter Hendicott, President of the World Council of Optometry. My thanks to Tanuja Panaka, President of the Botswana Optometrists Association, for me to say a few words today. I would also like to acknowledge the guests of honour, Dr. Tuelo Ntuaji and Dr. Krishna Kumar, my fellow optometrists from Botswana and elsewhere, and colleagues from the African Council of Optometry. My congratulations to the Botswana Optometrists Association for establishing this unique program in genetic counselling for optometrists and on the international academic collaboration they have made to bring this program together, particularly considering this was all established during the pandemic. A program such as this is a significant milestone and outcome for optometry, not just in Africa, but also elsewhere in the world. Particular acknowledgement should go also to Novartis, South Africa, for their support, which has enabled colleagues to attend and complete the 2 cycles of the course so far. Optometry has a significant role to play in addressing the challenges facing eye care that were described in the WHO World Report on Vision in 2019 and the subsequent Lancet Global Commission on Eye Health, which was published in 2022. And also the World Health Assembly and UN regulations that urge countries to improve access to eye care internationally. As a profession, we as optometrists have the skills, knowledge and competencies to help address these issues of access, inequity and affordability of eye care now and in the future. Programs such as this one on genetic counselling help optometry to further build skills and knowledge, to increase our effectiveness as healthcare practitioners, and to allow us to work to enable a greater contribution from our profession to health outcomes in our individual societies. My congratulations to our colleagues who have completed the course, and again to the Botswana Optometrists Association and their academic and industry partners for their initiative and endeavour to establish the program.
Okay.
I hope that the course will continue and that it will be able to be accessed by optometrists across Africa and potentially elsewhere for some time to come. Again, my congratulations to all. Thank you. There we go.
Thank you, Prof. We are moving on to our next speaker online, the World Council of Optometry Board member. He is the president of the Asia Pacific Council of Optometry, public health committee member of the same organization, World Council of Optometry. He is also the secretary of Indian Optometric Association and the founder of Gurukul Center for Online Education and Training in India. Help me welcome Dr. Rajiv Prasad.
Hello, everyone. It is heartening to see Botswana Optometric Association, who is representing both optician and optometrists registered with Botswana Health Professional Council and are currently practicing in Botswana, is encouraging its members to practice the highest standard of eye care practices services in Botswana. As a professional body for professionals they also represent the government bodies like Ministry of Health and Wellness, Botswana Health Professionals Council, medical insurance providers, Business Botswana, formerly Botswana Confederation of Commerce, Industry and Manpower, Botswana Medical Regulatory Body, and other relevant organizations. Friends, over the past 2 decades, a large body of research has shed light on molecular determinants of human disorder, including rare eye diseases. So these rare eye diseases are a set of all those eye diseases, mostly genetic in nature, that are found in very similar number of individuals in population. Genetic ophthalmology is an evolving field, and molecular approaches and techniques are moving from vision research to clinical practice. Among them, genetic testing is emerging as a promising method to increase the accuracy and specificity of diagnosis, providing the basis for highly personalized care. We all know that inherited retinal diseases cause several visual impairment, but the recent advances in genetic testing and therapy offer a glimmer of hope and how optometry can get involved. Medical and clinical geneticists and counselors provide genetic counseling to educate the patient and family on inheritance. Genetic testing, management, prevention, and medical psychological implications of disease help you deal with emotional concerns and refer you to other healthcare providers and advocacy and support groups. Advances in genetic research combined with enhanced availability of multi-gene testing panels have solidified genetic testing as a part of clinical workup for patients with inherited retinal diseases. But how optometry can incorporate these latest developments into practice? Only a decade ago, genetic testing and therapy for patients with IRD was typically a research exercise, but today, this rapidly advancing field has given eye care providers an unprecedented ability to target some of these rare sight-threatening diseases and potentially stem patients' vision loss. Such in case, patients and caregiver are more knowledgeable about this development than ever, requiring doctors of optometry to understand the options available. Genome-wide association studies have incredibly successful in identifying risk factors for common diseases with complex inheritance, and have formed the polygenic risk scores, a really important tool that we can use now to stratify populations according to risk for these relatively common diseases. For glaucoma, genetic testing and polygenic risk score analysis provide the opportunity to identify for an increased risk for developing the disease, allowing for the treatment at early stage of disease onset. So, for an example, if you take retinitis pigmentosa or glaucoma, if it is early diagnosed and if there's a family history, I think that really helps. Considering genes, there are 4 key points where optometrist has a role to play. Optometrists can identify patients, increase surveillance who can benefit from genetic counseling, testing, use appropriate test panels and procedures, educate patients about genetic testing and treatment options available, refer and engage in inter-professional management. Friends, this is such a great occasion where, I came across that how things are changing. And I'm informed that the current executive board has successfully conducted the valedictory function of its first batch. This course is absolutely unique, believe me, and absolutely this will, create a new vertical for optometrists to grow in future. I'm really glad that Botswana Optometric Association has really taken this up. This is one of its kind in the African continent, through generous contribution from Novartis South African Division. I'm really thankful to Dr. Tanuja Panikkar for extending this invite at this valedictory function virtually on the course completion and handing over the certificate of these 5 outgoing candidates of the second batch after rigorous 12 weeks session starting from 6th October and later after completion appeared online exams as well on 13th of April 2023. Under the able guidance of internationally renowned genetic professor Kumar, I, on behalf of Asia Pacific Council and Indian Optometric Association, congratulate Botswana Optometric Committee on initiating this course, and also I extend my hearty congratulations to all those 5 candidates who shall be receiving their course completion certificates today online. Botswana Executive Committee should be applauded on this educational initiative as a part of their continued professional development and actively contributing towards Ministry of Health and Wellness, Botswana, Botswana Medical Regulatory Authority, Business Botswana, and Botswana Medical Aid Insurance Schemes, and also contributing towards better society of healthy well-being and see clearly. I wish the dynamic leadership of BOA and their involvement into World Council of Optometry as well in public health. I'm sure the teamwork will do great work and look forward many such educational initiatives in future as well. I would like to extend all the support from Indian Optometric Association and also Asia Pacific Council of Optometry in all your future endeavors.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rajiv. I would like to invite now Dr. Adnan Nana. He's a South African SEC member for medical advisor for Novartis for the Department of Oncology, Immunology, and Ophthalmology. Novartis is our sponsor for my gene diagnostic genetic course. Thank you so much. Please welcome Dr. Adnan Nana.
Thank you. Thank you to everyone. Good evening all. It is certainly a privilege to join you tonight on such a special occasion. I am speaking on behalf of our cluster medical head, Dr. Costa Maone, from the Novartis East and Southern Africa cluster. As mentioned, my name is Adnan and I'm the medical advisor for ophthalmology. I would like to acknowledge our guests tonight, the executive members of the World Council of Optometry, the African Council of Optometry, the team from the India branch of the MyGene DX, Professor Kumar Kamanikaval, as well as our guests of honor, Dr. Tuelo Ntoachai, Dr. Krishna Kumar, and of course the Botswana Optometrist Association, with a special thank you to Mr. Nuja Penika for the opportunity to be a part of tonight's proceedings. I would also like to extend my and our congratulations to the Botswana Optometrist Association graduates of this evening for this wondrous achievement. I feel that with the achievements tonight, the ultimate beneficiary is our patients, and that is always important to remember. It is not really about who was the sponsor, it is more about who stands to benefit. And as Optomaje has said, don't aspire to make a living, but aspire to make a difference instead. Having said that, I will also take this opportunity to reaffirm our willingness to support such projects in the future. So Novartis is currently prioritizing health system strengthening across sub-Saharan Africa. So we certainly welcome opportunities like these where we can lend support in any way or form, as our involvement in the health ecosystem is not only via therapeutics, but also in the upskilling of healthcare professionals. Novartis currently has an avoidable blindness program, which was implemented by the Global Health Office. And in the last few months, this entire project has transitioned into the ownership of the Sub-Saharan Office. The objective of this program is mainly to improve eye health across our region of Sub-Saharan Africa, and this is done primarily through partnerships. For example, we have ongoing partnerships in Ethiopia, Kenya, as well as one in both Namibia and Botswana. All of these partnerships are done with various external eye health organizations. And lastly, we are also a recognized partner of the International Agency for Preventative Blindness. Last year in Botswana as well, we partnered with the Botswana Optometrist Association on our nationwide screening campaign, and we were able to refer a large number of patients with suspicious eye results to specialists to further their care and improve their eye health. I mention this mainly because I want to reaffirm our commitment to supporting eye health in Botswana and Southern Africa and improving access to care for the greater population. And we believe that we can achieve this through partnerships and collaborative projects, just like the one that we are celebrating here today. Once again, I'd like to wish and extend our hearty congratulations to the graduates today. We at Novartis would like to wish you well on your journey in optometry, and we hope to collaborate with you soon and celebrate the difference that you have made in your respective communities. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nana, for your words of encouragement, and Novartis for giving us the opportunity to do this wonderful course. Thank you very much, and we are looking forward to continuing to work with you in the future. I would like, at this point, I would like to call our Vice Chair again, Optom Tato, to come and continue introducing and giving welcome remarks to our speakers.
Thank you, Optom Gosi. I didn't know that you are such a great singer again. Oh, as we continue, we have another speaker, the African Council of Optometry President. He also represents the Tanzania Optometry Association. This speaker was the convener and the scientific committee chairperson of the last AFCO, that is African Council of Optometry, that was held in Tanzania. The chair will play the recorded message for Dr. Frank Magupa. Over to you, Optom Tanuja.
From Botswana, Dr. Mpagai, guest of honor from India, Dr. Krishna, chairperson of the Botswana Optometrist Association, optometrist Tanuja, all invited guests, all graduates, and all friends and families attending this event. I am very delighted and I'm very honored to be invited to give some remarks at this very, very special ceremony. Let me start by saying, although genetics and ocular genetic diseases may not receive their deserve the importance during training of optometry. These conditions and knowledge of these conditions is critically important in everyday practice of optometry and in research. As you all may know that there are so many ocular genetic diseases, including inherited retinal diseases such as retinitis pigmentosa, Best disease, Stargardt's disease, Usher syndrome, and those conditions of which we're still researching on their link to genetics. The diseases such as glaucoma, age-related macular degeneration, and myopia, just to name a few. Just as an example, we currently understand that if both parents are myopic, there's a higher chance that their children will become myopic as well. So the more aware and the more knowledge we have on genetics, the more we're likely to be able to mitigate these kind of problems. Now, because of that importance of genetics in eye care, I would like to thank the Botswana Optometry Association, all sponsors, coordinators, trainers, and everyone whose efforts made this cause possible. Thank you very much for this very commendable work. Now to the graduates. Today, I would like to congratulate you for this very wonderful moment. Every graduation is a one-time thing and never repeats itself. So this is a very special day. I expect that you will enjoy and cherish the moment. We are here to witness the results of your hard work. So we would like you to know and be sure that we're very, very proud of you. And with those few remarks, I would like to say thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Optum Frank Magupa, for such a message. It's like we are here, we are learning a lot from the speakers. It's just a research on itself. Our next speaker is African Council of Optometry President-elect. He's a fellow of American Academy of Optometry, the Chief Executive Officer of Ayekutam Vision Institute. And under his institute, he has upgraded one of the opticians to the Optom Bachelor's course. He is a former director of World Council. He's a former board of director of World Council of Optometry and a public health committee member of World Council of Optometry. He's a former African Council of Optometry Public Health Committee chairperson. His name is Optom Dr. Ayekutam. Help me welcome him as he takes the stage.
Distinguished
Dr.
speakers, all protocol duly observed, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Enontan Kuma Ayekutam, the president-elect of AFCO, and also the president of Cameroon Association of Optometrists. It is of great honor and privilege to share with you this voice. I want to start by submitting my apologies. I was to attend this meeting following the link or send a video, but due to some technical challenges, I couldn't. And this is a means of reaching out and to share and to participate in my little way. I want to thank the Botswana Optometry Association through the chairperson, Optom Tanuja Panika, for the great work that you guys have been doing in your country. I want to thank the government, the Medical Professional Association for supporting the progress of optometry in Botswana. And I want to thank the great genetic program that optometrists from Botswana have been participating, the team from India. We salute you for your openness, your great collaboration. Botswana Optometry Association has been very key and relevant in the decisions of AFCO. And your contributions have always been positive, with dignity and honor. We'll call on you to continue to do such great works to see how we can push optometry forward on the African continent. The Botswana Medical Regulatory Authority has been doing a lot of wonderful job for quality check and to make sure that the best practices in eye care and optometry contact lenses specifically has been observed. We salute you from Africa, and we say please continue to do the great work that you are doing. Much has been done and much is yet to be achieved. We continue to call on your fraternity, optometry, and the institutions and key stakeholders in optometry, eye health, and healthcare in Botswana to continue to collaborate as you're collaborating with the team from India to push optometry forward, to provide the needed eye care services to the underserved especially, and to make sure that malpractices are eliminated. Yes, it's possible. Thank you all so much for your kindness, for your commitment, your sacrifices, that posterity will judge you for your good and quality work. Please continue to do it. And permit me to encourage Botswana optometrists to do their best and attend the AFCO AGM that will be taking place in Ghana. And let's see how we can put our heads together and advance optometry on the continent. God bless you. God bless the team from India. We wish to see this collaboration grow to stronger and higher heights. Thank you very much. And I wish you guys all the very best. Congratulations to the second batch that are graduating. I didn't forget you. And I know the first batch, they are implementing all the knowledge and skills that they learn. And you too will do greater. And the third batch, I hope that many more batches will come on board. Congratulations and thank you very much.
Thank you, Doctor. Oh, I think over to you, Director of Ceremonies, Optom Manish and Optom Gusi.
Thank you so much, Optom Ntula, for the introduction of speakers from all over the world. Wow, what a wonderful evening. Are we having fun? It's a wonderful night. The graduation is very nice. Was our graduation as great as this one? I'm jealous.
And we're thrilled to listen to all of those wonderful speakers, especially Professor Endicott and from Afro regions. So it's a wonderful evening. Thank you, Optum Josego.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
It's okay, go ahead.
Yeah, moving forward, we would like to call one of our colleagues, Optom Kabanani, for his testimonial to give about the course. Optum Kabanani, are you ready? Over to you.
Yes, I'm ready. Greetings to all of you gathered here today. All protocol observed. Directors of ceremony, thank you so much for affording me an opportunity to share my testimony with all of you here. I guess if this was a physical meeting, I'll be rubbing shoulders with the wonderful speakers. My name is Gavanani Mudia. I'm a second batch course candidate. My exposure to my gene course was an unusual and interesting experience. It was an amazing course that explains the natural phenomena. Even though it was interesting, it was a wide-ranging introduction that often left us very confused. Fortunate enough, our lecturers were very patient with us and managed to present tricky notion in a really understandable way. I guess because of the repetitive case studies we had. During the examination, it made a lot of sense because it was more of actual application than just explanation of major concepts. At the end of the MyGene course, I realized that most of the genetic ocular conditions have significant visual impairment and blindness consequences. Therefore, as optometrists, we should be able to diagnose the condition appropriately first before we could make any management and referral plan. I believe learning about ocular genetics has important implications for everyone working as an ocular primary caregiver. In conclusion, the lecturers were wonderful. They constructed the course beautifully and explained it the same. I'm really privileged to have been part of this course because it is very essential in diagnosing and referrals. I wish for those who haven't done it to be inspired and enjoy it too. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Optum Kabanani, for your testimonial. I would like to move forward now. I would want to bring our chairperson, Optum Tanuja Panika, for honoring our guest of honor for Botswana.
Thank you, Director of Ceremonies Manish Mathur and Goseho. It's indeed an honor to be here, inviting the guest of honor, Chairperson of Health Sector of Business Botswana and President of Medical Practitioners Group. He's the voice or advocate at high-level consultative meeting involving Ministry of Health, actually the Minister of the Health and sometimes even the President of Botswana. He holds important place at the National Health Council, Botswana, in alignment with Public Health Act, which gives advocates and advises the Ministry of Health. So he plays a very pivotal role in applying these acts when it comes to public health and general health. He has been practicing as a medical practitioner since 2007, and his area of interest, can you guess, is occupational health and safety, and he likes creating awareness among the public, and therefore uses various media like the radio and TV to create awareness. We are really honored to have you, sir. We know that you're an extremely busy person, and thanks for sparing some time to be with us. Dr. Tuelo Joseph Ntwagai. We call him fondly TJN.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Director of Ceremonies. My apologies, I'm struggling with my camera here. This was a makeshift station because I had initially set up at my office, but I hope my profile picture is visible that side. Is it visible, Chair?
No.
No, sir. We are dying to see you here.
Okay. Let me show a bit of my face. Let me show a bit of my face. This camera is not as good as it should be. Okay, it's that is my face over there. Oh, where am I? Okay, right. That's a bit of my face. I'm sorry, colleagues. This is a makeshift station. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Right. Okay. Director MyGene DX, Professor Kumar, former principal of Elite School of Optometry and freelance optometrist, Optom Dr. R. Krishna Kumar, the president, World Council of Optometry, Prof. Peter Hendicoat, the president, African Council of Optometry, Optom Frank Mahupa, President-elect, African Council of Optometry, Optom Ayukotang, Chairperson, Botswana Optometrist Association, Optom Tanuja Panika Neka, Education Subcommittee, Chairperson Optom Sabelo Maje, and members of the association. The Botswana Optometrist Association, BOA, is a duly registered non-governmental organization, NGO, operating as a non-profit entity, having obtained its official registration with the Registrar of Societies on the 26th day of March in the year 2012. BOA functions as a representative body encompassing opticians and optometrists who hold valid registration credentials with the Botswana Health Professions Council and who are actively engaged in the practice of their profession within the territorial jurisdiction of Botswana. The association diligently promotes and upholds the highest echelons of standards within the realm of ocular health services rendered in Botswana. BOA's remit extends to interfacing with various governmental agencies, including but not limited to the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Botswana Health Professions Council, medical insurance providers, Business Botswana, formerly known as Botswana Confederation of Commerce, Industry and Manpower, the Botswana Medical Regulatory Authority, and other relevant entities. Moreover, BOA undertakes a benevolent initiatives in the domain of ocular healthcare, offering pro bono vision screenings, management of specific ocular conditions, distribution of corrective eyewear, and dissemination of informative materials aimed at heightening public awareness on ocular care and preventing instances of visual impairment. Noteworthy is BOA's representation of its cohort of 46 members, a status that is maintained and recognized by the African Council of Optometry and World Council of Optometry, international bodies to which BOA maintains affiliation. Significantly, BOA's leadership has ascended to the role of chairperson of the Public Health Committee within the African Council of Optometry. It is to be highlighted as an exceptional occurrence that Botswana has secured representation within the Public Health Committee of World Council of Optometry, marking a historic milestone. Eminence is accorded to the exceptional contributions of BOA's leadership, a distinguished member of which has accorded the prestigious Melvin Jones Fellow Award by Lions International. This accolade stands as the highest recognition within the sphere of Lionism, underscoring her profound commitment to humanitarian ocular healthcare service endeavors. BOA further exhibits magnanimity through sponsorship of annual trophy commemorating the excellence of Twinning Lions Club in Botswana in ocular healthcare services. This trophy serves as an enduring tribute to the legacy of late Optom Rejoice Muhammadi, a visionary trailblazer in the field of optometrist clinical diagnostics within Botswana. Contemporaneously, the integration of human genome mapping and genomics into the field, into the medical milieu is palpable. MyGene DX Academy, hailing from the precincts of India, proffers an array of medical genetic services, inclusive of genetic counseling and familial support vis-a-vis genetic ocular disorders. Prof. Kumar, a luminary distinguished by tutelage across India, the United States, and New Zealand, garners prominence for his pioneering contributions within the ocular genomics, genetic counseling, and epidemiology. An extensive portfolio showcases the publication of 125 peer-reviewed papers, coupled with an impressive counseling tenure spanning over 12,000 patients afflicted by genetic disorders. Notably, Prof. Kumar has held esteemed designations such as former Deputy Director of Research and Professor of Genetics and Molecular Biology at the internationally acclaimed Eye Institute, Sankara Nethralaya, India, with present responsibilities encompassing the role of Director of Research at Narayan Nethralaya, Bangalore, India. Furthermore, his esteemed affiliation as visiting associate of ophthalmic genetics and clinical services at the National Eye Institute, USA, underscores his global eminence. The initiation of BOA genetic course is the culmination of collaborative deliberations orchestrated by the Education Subcommittee under the aegis of Otom Sabelo Maje, co-joined with strategic stewardship of a contemporary executive board of BOA, steered by the mentorship of Optom Tanuja Panikaneka. The course's conceptualization is buttressed by the sagacious guidance proffered by the erudite genetic scientist Professor Kumar, a luminary of international repute. This epochal endeavor found expression on the 16th day of September in the year 2021, culminating in the execution of a memorandum of understanding formalizing the collaborative initiative. The course's maiden cohort, comprising 11 participants, embarked on their educational journey in March 2022. It is noteworthy that this pioneering course has secured official accreditation from Botswana Health Professions Council, thus augmenting the academic and professional pursuits of those engaged. This collaborative symbiosis between MyGene DX and Botswana Optometrist Association germinated from informal dialogues among esteemed Indian luminaries, namely Professor Dr. Kumara Mani Kavel, Optom Dr. Krishna Kumar, former principal of Elite School of Optometry, and Mr. Malingaham, Director of Twin Tech Business Academy and Medical Social Activist. The BOA Executive Board, in its unwavering pursuit of excellence, has successfully orchestrated the valedictory function for inaugural batch of 11 participants of the genetic course, an unparalleled offering on the African continent. This laudable accomplishment has realized through generous financial support extended by Novartis, South African division, amounting to 72,347 Pula 74 Tebe. The present occasion marks the felicitation of the second batch of the candidates, comprising 5 candidates who diligently engaged in a comprehensive 12-week curriculum commencing on the 6th day of October in the year 2022, culminating in rigorous online examinations conducted on the 13th day of April in the year 2023. The proficient stewardship of the globally acclaimed genetic professor, Kumar, MD, as well as his astute guidance on genetic counseling within the context of Botswana is gratefully acknowledged. The BOA executive has consistently demonstrated an unwavering commitment to continuous professional development, rendering public eye health services and substantively contributing to stakeholder engagement with esteemed institutions such as the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the Botswana Medical Regulatory Authority, Business Botswana, and Botswana Medical Aid Insurance Schemes. Furthermore, BOA representation at the international platforms such as World Council of Optometry and African Council of Optometry meetings amplifies their resonance on the global stage. In closing, it is my fervent aspiration that Botswana Optometrist Association continues its trajectory of advancement, firmly propelled by the visionary leadership and collective synergy of its dedicated executive board members. Pula.
Thank you so much, our guest of honor, Dr. Ndugai, for such a great encouragement for Botswana Optometric Association. Moving forward, I would like to bring back our chairperson, our Optum Tanuja Panika, to call our guest of honor from India, Dr. Optum Krishna Kumar.
Hello, Optum Manish. It's Ms. Brinda who will be introducing Optum Krishna Kumar.
Yes. Ms. Brinda.
Thank you, Optum Manish. I hope I'm audible. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So moving on, we have the guest of honor from India, Dr. Optum Krishna Kumar. He was the former principal of Elite School of Optometry and a freelance optometrist. He has to his credit multiple society memberships, member Indian Optometry Association, the Optometry Association of Tamil Nanbargal, Optometry Association and Council of India, National Task Force for Development of Model Optometry Curriculum, the Government of India, and the Association of Occupational Health as well. He's currently a freelance optometrist with more than 34 peer-reviewed articles published, and education is contributing as a mentor for the occupational optometrist services at Shankar Nethralaya. He's a faculty member at the Academy and the Elite School of Optometry. He serves as an advisor for Arvind Fellowship in Optometry, Arvind Eye Hospitals, Chennai, and Optometry Council of India. He was heading the Occupational Optometry Department for over 6 years at Shankar Nethralaya. He has been given multiple awards. A distinguished one, Dr. Devasagaya Memorial Oration Award, given by the Indian Association of Occupational Health in 2015. He has handled many projects such as the impact of occupational optometry services on productivity and vision-related quality of life of small-scale and cottage industry workers and so on. So over to you, Dr. Krishna Kumar.
Thank you, Brenda, for a nice introduction. And at the outset, I'd like to congratulate passing out students of this second genetic course for optometrists organized by Botswana Optometric Association in collaboration with MyGeneTech's India. My special thanks especially to Dr. Kumar Manikwel and Tanuja Panika for making this dream come true, and I wish you more and more such collaborative initiative between India and Botswana and many other countries. And I also see the opportunity that this collaboration can be extended to many more known countries in Africa and many other continents too. Interestingly, I think thanks to Dr. Kumar Manikwel, I think wherever we want to read something about genetics, his name is popping out. And that happened the recent, my initiative, I want to read something, what is happening in ophthalmic genetic counseling. I saw in Journal of Community Genetics in February 2023 issue, authored by Dr. Kumar Manikwel and colleagues in Asia. In fact, interesting pointer is, though it was more focused to Asian country, but there are some indicators for other continents as well. And worldwide, a scenario wherein we can see an opportunity for optometry to look at as an extended role in the genetic counseling for the following reason. In fact, the authors have highlighted some of the barriers in the practice. Sorry, I think that it highlighted some of the barriers in practice of ophthalmic genetic counseling, namely the shortage of qualified genetic counselors, and second, poor knowledge and reluctance among physicians to adopt general genetic counseling in practice, and third, overstretched public health services by many of these eye care professionals and negligible research papers in this genetic counseling. At the other side of the coin, we also seen and heard from Dr. Kumar Manikwel in his initial introduction that Human Genome Project and the next generation gene sequencing diagnostics are providing a precise molecular diagnosis, which is really adding great value in this field. And despite this knowledge, despite knowing that no single disorder genes in ophthalmology, they account to almost 500 today, and almost 250 is accounted to retinal inheritable diseases. So I see there is a huge opportunity. Despite that, we find that very few genetic counselors. Now, other interesting aspect in that paper, I also see there are very few courses available, opportunities available. Interestingly, I see there is 1 or 2 available in South African, but very few genetic counselor per se it's in African countries. So I see this as a great opportunity. Nowhere it is mentioned that genetic counseling being done by optometrists, but the first time I think, though we know that we have been taught during our undergraduate program in optometry, and postgraduate program, people like me had opportunity to go through the genetic program, the genetic counseling program. And I see some of the great syllabus came out from American Academy of Optometry way back in 2006-07. But interestingly, I haven't heard people of genetic counseling being done by optometrists as a standalone specialty and extended role even today. But I see even in the recent American Academy of Optometry 2021, there are papers where optometrists were discussing as a possibility even after so many years. So I see this is the great opportunity, therefore, to fill the gap by extending our role into this genetic counseling by proper training. And I see this is a great initiative as a first step towards that goal, to make it very regular program. One, it's making it a part of our curriculum. Second, it should become a regular program for already existing practitioners. And thanks to MyGindex and Botswana for initiating this and making it happening for second time. And it's going to be, and I heard from all of you that it is going to continue for more and more time, and with an advanced version of it, will make it more meaningful. And interestingly, I also have opportunities to see the history of this thing relating optometry and the genetic. Believe it, in Journal of American Optometric Association way back in 1977, Dr. Newscomb, as an eminent optometrist, also highlighted how optometrists can really cooperate with the genetic counselor way back those times. And he has given a clear-cut, simple yardstick to move forward, which I feel still holds good today, especially as a novice or the beginner in the genetic counseling, wherein he said optometrists should well get trained into all the possible ophthalmic hereditary conditions or ocular hereditary conditions, and ensure they have adequate knowledge of mode of transmission. That is the one step that he gives us the first step towards it. The second thing he says, having known that there is a person with a condition, ensure that you invite all the family members of those people, who are relevant, and get their eyes checked up. That is the second step you can do. Once we find that there is some kind of transmission in the family, then you try to interact like what Dr. Kumar Manikawal was suggesting and already initiated through the Marfan syndrome collaboration between the two to the teleconsultation. Try to bring the genetic counselor into the play. I feel that will be the best foremost step that a beginner, especially the 5 of them for this batch from the 11th from the previous batch, can initiate that by doing this collaborative effort. Ensure that you refine your knowledge on ocular genetic disorders and adding up these things into it slowly. I see that change will happen within 2 or 3 years to be making genetic counselor out of optometrists itself. So I strongly reiterate once again that both of the Botswana Optometric Association and MyGindex should come out with a genetic practice guidelines for optometrists, which I also requested the same during the last valedictory. Sooner the better, which will be a great guideline document for us, especially for optometrists to put into practice. Maybe an initial period in both Botswana and India, and later on can be spread to more and more countries. Once again, I use this opportunity to again congratulate the students and the faculty member and wish them good luck by implementing this knowledge into the practice. Thank you, BOA and other dignitaries for patient listening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Krishna Kumar, for your words of encouragement. And I am also encouraging our neighboring countries and other African countries to join in to do this MyGene course. At this point, I would like to hand over to MyGene team to come and hand over certificates to those who are graduating. And congratulations to everyone who's graduating. Thank you. I would like to hand over to Dr. Kumar and Ms. Brenda.
Thank you, Rosigo. I would suggest that Brenda to introduce the graduates and display the certificates, and that will be the way we will hand it over online. Brenda, you go ahead.
Thank you, Dr. Kumar. I start with Optom Harendra Garg, who has completed his certificate course on medical genetics and genetic counseling. Congratulations, Optom Harendra Garg. Can we have you on video?
I think we should give him a big hand.
Are we allowed to celebrate?
Yes, congratulations, Optum Harindagag. Can you speak?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm so delighted to have the certificate. Thank you so much, everyone.
Next, may we have Optom Sibelo Maje, please. Congratulations to you, Mr. Maje. Glad to present this certificate to you too on behalf of my GBX. May we have you on video, please?
Thank you so much, folks. I don't know whether my video is switched off.
It's off.
Off.
Yes.
Yeah, we can't see your face, Maji.
Okay.
Meanwhile, is it
Moving
my
on.
video today?
Yes.
Dr. Maje, are you trying to fix your camera?
Are you still with us, Mr. Maji?
Yeah, I'm still there. I'm trying to fix my camera, but I can show it later. Let's continue.
Moving on, congratulations, Optom Joydeep Bomik, on having completed your certificate course in genetics and genetic counseling. Few words from you, please.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm really happy and enlightened. Thank you. We'd like to do further some more courses like this. Looking
Amen.
forward. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, thank you. Next, congratulations, Optom Isis Ahmed Narvi, on completing your certificate course on genetics and genetic counseling. May we have you on video also, please?
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, I
We
think
can
I
see
have a
and hear
problem.
you. Yes.
We can
Okay.
see you.
Okay, so I would like to first of all thank to the faculty because they were very patient and they got down to the level where we were starting from. So I really appreciate. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, we have Optom Kabanani Modi. Congratulations to you. Can we have you also with us?
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Where's the video?
Go ahead, the Kabanani. Go ahead.
I can't see it. Where is it?
It was on.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Was it? I switched it on then.
Yeah, Brenda, that's it, right? You're finished with
Yes,
5 of.
doctor. Yes.
Yeah, so we hand
That's
it
our
to.
batch of 5. So
Yeah, you go ahead, Brenda. Finish it. Complete it.
Yes, that concludes the batch of 5 at batch 2 of the BOA. And thank you for being such attentive, and you asked us very nice questions, and we were also able to explain it to you in whatever small way we could, and hope we continue this association and this to the benefit of more and more patients across. So thank you for having us over to you, doctor.
Yeah. So that leaves about 9 of them in this second batch who are yet to take the exam. So once they complete the examination, then they also will be given the certificate to practice genetic counseling in their clinic and hospital. So back to the directors of ceremony.
Thank you so much, Professor Kumar and Ms. Brinda, for handing over certificates to the passing candidates, and congratulations all 5 candidates who have passed the My Gene genetic course. We congratulate you. That brings to the last part of our ceremony. I would like to bring in Optum Seboko for a few words for a vote of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. I hope I'm audible enough.
Yes. Yes, Optum.
Wonderful. Yeah, like you said, my name is Optum Seboko, and I was in the first batch of the course, and it's good to be back again to the same platform again. And not to waste any time, let me just be very thankful and show my gratitude to the guest speakers. Dr. Ntwahai, thank you so much from your hectic schedule that you gave us your time to be with us. And a very, actually, a thought-provoking how you spoke so well about our association, more than even some of us know it. Yeah, thank you so much. And your last statement where you said you have that firm aspiration towards the BOA, and I hope we will uphold that. Thank you so much. And our other guest of honor from India, Dr. Kumar, we are so thankful, so thankful that we know even of the different time zones and stuff, but you are still up and with us, and you've been with us, and we hope that even in future, we still work together. Whenever we come calling, you still come. Maybe this next time you won't be even a guest, you'll be just part of us. So we are much thankful for that. And your recommendation to take the genetic counseling course to produce a template or a guideline, I believe we will surely do so with the help of the brains in BOA and with your guidance and leadership, because you command such a volume or a wealth of knowledge. So thank you so much. And let me take this time again to thank the different speakers who had a few minutes to share with us, the president of the WCO, AFCO, Asia Pacific. We are so thankful, and we really noted what you said, because in a nutshell, you talk to oneness and upliftment of each other in this dynamic world. So we took that into consideration, and we believe we will continue learning, we will continue uplifting one another. And thank you so much. And once again, let me take this time again to say thank you to our leadership, to the chair, Tanuja, to the vice members of the EXO, the executive committee, the leader of the education subcommittee, and the members, and the optometry body at large. Thank you so much. And to the batch that was graduating, thank you so much. We know like it's not easy because most of you guys run your practices. Some of you like KB in government is hectic. But for a mere fact that you availed yourself to uplift yourself, it's so encouraging. And it speaks volumes to the holistic care of our patient, whether in hospitals, whether in the private setups. Thank you so much. And let me not forget to thank Novartis, more especially the South African region, for the work you are doing. And to hear that you even have a dedicated now office for avoidable blindness is really heartwarming. So thank you so much for your sponsorship. Thank you so much, Prof, for the course. Thank you so much. We believe, Brenda, we hope we will now be part of this team forever and ever, and we will have other forthcoming courses that you still maybe render to us, and that you still be willing, whatever we are doing, whatever you guys have that side. I've been reading some researches for you guys from India and Canada, how much you have taken up these genetic counseling courses and stuff. It's really heartwarming. So thank you so much, my GeneDx. Thank you, Novartis. Thank you, our guest of honors. Thank you, the speakers, different speakers. Thank you, fellow Optoms. Let me salute you this evening. Thank you so much. And to the graduates, thank you so much, and take this valuable information to your practices, to our patients. And I believe there's a new chapter in our country. We are one of the first countries to actually take this course, more especially in Africa. So we believe we will be soon a force to reckon with, maybe a model of to other countries, and help each other, uplift them, so that Africa, I know we are always behind with so many things, but I'm so glad that as we, BOA, we took this thing and ran with it. And I think it's only a few Optoms who haven't taken it, and I believe they will be enrolling as well. And those who haven't taken the exams, please do so as well. And thank you so much. Amen. Thank you so much. Back to you. Yeah.
That's my video there. Sorry, my camera is blared.
Thank you so much for a wonderful vote of thanks, Optom Seboko. It was a wonderful evening, I believe. We all enjoyed, all great minds. Our speakers, thank you so much for making this ceremony a successful one. I really appreciate Dr. Ntugai to bring a lot of positiveness in BOA. Thank you so much, Dr. Kumar and the team from MyGene Diagnostic from India. Thank you, our guest of honor, Dr. Kumar, from our principal Elite School of Optometry. And yes, now we are closing. Thank you, everyone. And lastly, I want to thank our guidance, our chairperson, Optom Tanuja, for always being guiding for such wonderful courses and bringing knowledge to our platform in Botswana. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Actually, I thought you were going to forget to thank our chair, and I was like ready to dive in to say thank you so much, Tanuja, for your wonderful work. She's our Iron Lady. You are really, really appreciated. You are doing a really great job for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone, who for making this event successful. Thank you so much. And good night, Dr. Kumar. I hope it's already almost 11:30 in India.
Yeah.
Ma'am, your mic is.
And don't forget to wish a happy Independence Day, 15th of August.
Yeah, happy Independence Day to India.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. Yes.
Thank you, folks.
Thank you, everyone. Bye. Good night.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Good night. Happy Independence Day, India.
Thank you. Thank you very much.